Now, let me tell you what Manchester United fans should be thinking of right now. They should be thinking of their next 5 games because it is important for them if they want to maintain their spot in the top 4 of the English Premier League. What's happening with Manchester United? They've got important games to play. Now, United will play against Fulham at home. They will then play Tottenham Hotspur and then move on to play West Ham United and then Everton. These are games away. So they have got 3 games at home that I feel that if United want to continue that fine form that they've showed at the start of Michael Carrick's helm of affairs, they need to beat Crystal Palace, Fulham, and Tottenham Hotspur. The reason why I'm mentioning these 3 teams is because these games are home games. Now, West Ham United are battling relegation, and Everton have been a topsy-turvy side. Now, because of that, if United are able to win these 3 games, that means 9 points. If they get draws against these 2 teams, that's 12 points. And I believe if you look at the matches for Chelsea, for Aston Villa, for Manchester City, for even Arsenal, if you are getting 12 points at this point of the season, or even 11 points at this point of the season, I think it plays a key part in them challenging for a top 4 spot. For Michael Carrick, he's understood the basics of his team, Manchester United, and what he has to do so that they win games. That has been what they've done. Now, the next thing that Manchester United need to do is to focus on how they control their opponent's attack. Now, you see, Pep Guardiola has been talked about because in 2009 to 2011, we saw him at Barcelona attacking more, possessing more, and what that means is that it keeps the opponent away from the ball. Mourinho at Chelsea in his first coming, at Inter Milan, and even in his second coming at Chelsea, made sure that even though he will not have much of the ball, when you have the ball, you will struggle against him defensively. I saw Arsenal create a lot of chances in the first half and even in the second half as well. If United will be that formidable side, it is all down to how they handle their opponents in defense, because they've shown that they are a transition team against the big sides. Now, another thing that must be mentioned is that the smaller teams, or the teams that do not really like to have the ball, like Fulham, like Crystal Palace, like West Ham and Everton, these are opponents that United will be playing against. If they handle these teams well, they will be a hard nut to crack. But you look at Arsenal and Manchester City, and then you know that definitely they would like to attack United. The next opponent for United will be down to teams that play low block, that sit well in defense, that close the spaces in defense, and that makes you struggle. And for Botswana and his team, they will have to deal with this. Botswana says, "You are awesome." Okay, thanks a lot, my guy, for sending that message. But in fact, I've saved some of the Manchester United fans, your post on WhatsApp and all the other platforms. When the team struggles, you see all of us up in action. Okay, United fans, I'm one contacts in my savior tour. At the right time, you will post this anime. You've seen you on Facebook, you've seen you on all the social media platforms. Until we'll get back to that later. Now, Antoine Semenyo was on the score sheet. He's now got 4 goal involvement for Manchester City. He scored at the weekend. Now, for Antoine Semenyo, one thing that has improved with his play is his 2-touch finishing and his decision making in the opponent's 18-yard box, or outside the 18-yard box, on the edge of the 18-yard box, whatever way that you call it. Go and watch Antoine Semenyo's goal against Bournemouth, against Liverpool at the start of the season, the first match of the Premier League season. That goal, that 2 goals that he scored. Go and watch those 2 goals and talk about his finishing, 2-touch finishing, and that was what he did when they played against Wolverhampton Wanderers this weekend. I mean Manchester City. If he continues this form into the 2026 World Cup, Charlie, forget Ghana. Nobody can stand us. But it's all down to him handling this well, and we will just hope that it happens that way. That is what we are thinking of. If it happens in a way that Semenyo is still in that fine form, it is up to the players who play alongside Semenyo to find him and make sure that he is the one banging in the goals and they have chemistry with him.